Ooh, it's hard to say because honestly these comps are fairly different with like the Cypher coming through for Mimi to lock down any options for flanks, but for Guild, it's not falling victim to like simple mistakes like we saw when they faced off against G2's first time over on Pearl. So what I want to see is them make use of this wall. They're going to use that to take very early control over U-Haul, and G2 look to be giving that one up almost for free if Guild can only scale into that U-Haul area.
Yeah, I was a little worried because the Haunt didn't actually do as intended, so didn't quite sit well enough in line to be able to reveal anyone coming this way. But already noted now, Juliano going to find aNNja, so that's already the perfect start for Juliano here. And Kakuka rightly mentioning a lot of issues for Guild when it comes to these pistols. Something you'd love to see them adjust, maybe improve a little on, find some validity in, but as it stands, it's going par to course. Now down to 3, Klaudia, Roxy, and Ness have to face the music, and Juliano just dancing on their grave. This is a start. You want her to be confident, and G2 absolutely are.
I don't know if it's pistol issues or Juliano issues, because the last time these two teams faced off, Juliano just completely wiped the floor with Guild.
G2 in full confidence mode as well. Kind of scaling into this the last time they met. Where was it, the quarters, I think it was, or maybe even a semi-final. Excuse me if I'm wrong on that. It was the quarters. And it was, you saw dashes of it. You saw a little bit of that, you know, picking in Reyna onto Pearl, kind of floating Pearl into it. You started to see that build up. This is a crescendo. This is when G2 really apply that pressure. So for Guild on the other side, in my mind, they have to come in 20, 30, 40% above where they were before, because as said, G2 scale up when they get to finals. It doesn't go down. Now Smurfette with a lovely shot. That's glance dealt with. So again though, but the aggression doesn't stop. Juliano re-peeking into this.
Wow, just absolutely challenging, getting the trade-off, and I think Smurfette's someone that you kind of have to watch here for Guild. Locking in the chamber, gonna need to have a big impact, especially over on the defensive side on attack. Pretty difficult to make too much value out of the chamber other than taking those peaks down, you know, showers, long B early on in rounds, looking for any fights you can take. So 1-for-1, definitely going to be happy with that. At the same time, Ness absolutely showed up in a huge way in their last series. So another player to keep your eye on for Guild. Swing with the rifles in. Good trade by Roxy, and surprisingly, Ness also shows up, the classic difference, and all of a sudden we've got a 2v2.
This is fantastic. Making something out of nothing with 20 seconds. They take the TP and head back towards a Haunt, not back around. 18 more seconds on that. They just need bodies on the side. So Petra first want to make it through. And actually the Seas could do nicely here. A little bit of chip damage, potentially bringing Ness down. And yeah, perfect. Nice little synergy. Get back in time. But a costly round.
Bit above the ground, so the boombot can't just instantly break that over in towards Hookah, but the satchels, the paint shells, all of these things break the utility relatively easily, so it's pretty hard to find value from those Cypher trips, and you kind of have to change up the positioning of them to actually make that have some stopping power on the defensive side versus that agent.
Yeah, and speaking of Raze, even flipping that towards Juliano, for example, ult's already online. This is round 3, and her farming early, that's always the danger, right? You look at aNNja on the other side, only 2 en route to quite a long time invested ult. So when you see someone like Juliano getting that confident start, getting the ball rolling early, it does add insult to injury because that showstopper can convert rounds completely differently. But correct read so far. Early rotation from Juliano heading towards the B site as we already see that contact made towards long. And Mary ready for this with a, I assume, swing from Mimi if they fancy it. And Mimi just wants to get out of there. Pretty right call. And again, you want to see this clean for Guild, and I'm already looking at a little bit of damage here, but should be able to stabilize somewhat.
Yeah, a little dangerous going 5B long versus flashes, and that's exactly where Mary is set up. Still with 2 flashes ready to go. She doesn't even need it. Just takes the peek with the Sheriff, and that could end up going into a teleport here. Guild are sort of stalling out with just 20 seconds left. They have to commit into the site.
Yeah, they've got to go. Even if the TP was taken, there's still 2 players towards A, and G2 with just a couple on towards the site is more than enough, but Mimi just farming. And this is devastating stuff. G2. And look at the upgrades. How many do they get from this? 1, 2, that I see 3 at least found. So they're going to be laughing about this. That is perfect because
I don't expect Guild to get many rounds at all on this attacking side. So not being able to convert in that 3rd round is very, very punishing for this team. It's very hard to work their way into these sites with the comp they've got at their disposal, but if someone's going to do it, it's aNNja jumping forward towards U-Haul. Petra here, though, with the shots. And, well, if there's a 14th bolt there, aNNja gets the kill, but she can't quite have that with the frenzy.
There it is. Klaudia's starting to farm it up. That's what you need to be seeing from Klaudia. One of the players that can pop off, that can have that high potential impact. Same with Roxy, so a bit of a deadly duo remaining, and Klaudia single-handedly making this possible, and the Seeker is perfectly positioned to find Mimi as well. So everything coming together. Flashback online now, she has options. Mimi's already trying to close the gap, but the flash didn't hit, and the TP gets taken. Mimi on the run, gonna note the player towards long and get a wiggle on at this point. And again, Klaudia's going CTs. There is time on this one. Mimi now has a chance to maybe get this halfway if she can. Is there utility on Roxy? Yes, Molly there, but slowly trickling in. Mimi can at least get this to half.
Wow, she somehow finds Klaudia coming around on the timing. No more cages. She has to fight her way out. Roxy finds the kill. It's a thrifty round for Guild, and it's all off of Klaudia with the pistols coming.
Nervous when it got to halfway, but perfect reply. And if they need more of that, if they need a reminder that they can do this, that could be it. This could be the springboard, the start of something. They have to keep building off this now.
Very nice stall into shower. Still 2 players here trying to retake some space with Juliano. You can see they don't want to let Guild get through that choke whatsoever, and the utility has been so effective, including that smoke to make sure it's just not possible. And aNNja's used literally everything she has. Hasn't been able to get into showers. That's not good.
So much pressure on Petra here, though. The vast majority, the 3 players are coming up towards, short at this point. But again, the siege was perfect. The reposition, even better. Juliano now gets time. But do they still have eyes towards shower? Glance is kind of tossed towards this. Her one duty is accomplished. She's done what she needs to. And G2 with all this different pressure. Look at the adjustment from Juliano as well. G2 shut this down. That is a gorgeous hold on the A side. Get the impact rolling. You need to start the game going for Guild. At this point, you've got to start questioning, when does the timeout come in? When do they start going through their options here? Because they're just not finding what they need. Again, you noted it earlier, shower control. Seemed like a high priority for G2, and they're consistently fighting for it. And you saw that perfect balance of controlling the A take that was trying to come out from Guild. I'd love to see Guild try and address this somehow. And as it stands, again, stall utility just perfect.
Yeah, it buys so much time. You can see double flank possibility for G2. Brimstone ult comes out, and it's all about U-Haul, but Juliano locks it down completely, and Guild can't move forward.
Stalled out. Flank comes in. Mimi does actually lose life, so there is a chance they could back, but it is still a 4v4, and they have no further information. So even falling away from this would be potentially detrimental. Another smoke goes in, and Juliano's still going to claim a pick out of nowhere. Smurfette gone down, leaving it Roxy, Ness, and Klaudia in control. Perfectly timed. The swing, not quite right for Juliano there, and Roxy and Ness putting in some work. Now, Glance still has the molly to play with, still has one smoke. You can hear the ult being invested as well from Ness on the other side of things for Guild here. Love to get a plan out of this.
They're trying to hunt for 1 kill. Mary has a utility, but Glance back triple gets the first. Now Ness trapped in her own ultimate, has to recover the spike, but Glance is just doing circles around triple, even through the concuss. Ness finds the kill and the plant. That's absolutely huge. Now Mary has to walk into this Viper's pit, and that utility is not going to be nearly as meaningful.
2 bullets left. There we go. Got a little nervous. Now again, Mary, wonderful addition. This is when you'd be looking at Zaz feeling, of course, she'll clutch this out. Mary, not quite there yet. Ness, at least going to get another on the board here. Good work in the clutch.
Just so many different positions the attackers can be, but it's quick. Showers control again, but this time pushing past the utility. That is not advisable, and that's the spike as well. Oh, no.
Yeah, a little bit of a fumble here. Frustration now, I'm sure, time out. Smurfette tries to close the gap. Petra, all too prepared. And the pinch comes in. G2 answer back in kind. And it's flawless again. The ult's now starting to really hit to Juliano, Petra.
Regardless, with that judge ready to go.
Ooh.
Bring them down.
Okay. Decent information this time. Noting those early couple of haunts were already being hidden from, and adjusting accordingly with a slightly deeper one to try and reveal position, which has done the job. Maybe not noting as many as they'd like, but unfortunate timing for Smurfette. Always feels the way. Just as she readjusted, the player steps out. But good progress through Hooker being made here. I'm kind of interested what they can extrapolate from this, that aNNja's been able to make it this far. The double stack towards long could now present a problem. And it looks like Mimi's aware of that. Has to dip away slightly and adjust, looking back towards that window pop that could be coming out.
Mimi still has a tripwire down octagon to work with. This step up, though, from Mary could be absolutely insane. Off of a flash, waiting for the ult to come into the backside, but Mary is able to get one before falling. Mimi as well from inside tube finds that and the smoke on site. Now, how do you actually move forward if you're Guild?
Oh, this is rough. Mimi should be dead. She is. Nice work from Guild here, exploiting that little bit of an access point they found. Glance. Still somehow among the players here. I don't know how not been noted, but maybe the timing of Petra's ult coming in really kept her undetected in this.
It was the nightfall.
Yeah. Because
angle you actually decide to hold and does not work out there for
Have I been
flashbanged? Yeah, I've been flashbanged as well.
Oh.
Maybe it's a very hot day on Bind. The sun's at its peak. Even inside a building. There's a hole in the ceiling in Hookah, so it works.
It works. And it looks like Guilds want to kind of re-explore maybe a little bit of that freedom they'd found. And you could already see the adjustment on the other side. You've got the double stack coming in towards Hookah, Mary this time on it, Mimi there as well, but aNNja outdoes both. That could be the start. That could be the gateway in towards the site at the very least, and she's at least making it back of sight. Juliano completely unawares of it. aNNja finally hitting a bit of form, a bit of streak here that she needed, because she was quiet at the start. So now we look at who's remaining, Glance and Petra.
Enemy remaining.
Wow. Oh, well, aNNja gets 4 in that. Petra now a chance to show up big. 1v1 versus Ness, but no. Ness clutching time and time again. She's been ice cold.
Getting a bit of a buffer for themselves. Look, and I think this kind of boils back to what Kukuka was saying on the desk. Imagine if Guild sides actually threaten on the pistols, actually find a little bit of impact on them, because that could have changed so much of this scoreline. Obviously not the case. And already, old Doggo dealt with. Juliano does have to respect this, though, as the Seeker's going to force her away.
It's going to be working into a 3-stack, but aNNja last time, that wasn't a concern for her whatsoever. Only one satchel actually get on site, no ult either, so just peering, trying to find some kind of shot. Quick trade over towards long, but Glance is good for a couple before the rest come in. Concuss is perfect, and Juliano a threat from backside.
They're both pretty cut off from each other, and the timing here is divine from Juliano. You can't get better than that, and I'm pretty sure Ness's footsteps would have been heard, but yeah, Ness, surely not again. This gets trickier and trickier every time. Can't quite make it away from this, so we'll have to face the music somewhat, trying to buy a couple of imperative seconds. Dipping towards the back of the site will buy enough time at least to get out from the ult. So now looks towards finding Mary. Does do just that, but Mary adjusts better. 8-3.
Power they have on the defense. It's not absolutely critical that they find this, but with the low rifles, they're going for it. The fake flash, I believe, catches Mimi off guard, so the Stinger gets that. Guild are going to want to push in and capitalize, steal away that weapon with the Brimstone ult, clearing out Hookah. Smurfette scales up out onto the site. Mary, what do you have? 2 flashes and the C4, and she has to fight her way out of this position. It's not going to be quick enough. Smurfette on the timing gets the kill. And now the rest of the team walks in. aNNja lurking outside of the teleporter gets that one. And it's a 2 versus 5 inside of the pit. This one should belong to Guild.
aNNja's a demon with that Stinger. What is that? Second kill's ridiculous. And now Petra on Prowler. Glance with a little bit of utility. But a whole lot of players to get past. And aNNja's starting to really heat into this game. Starting to feel a little bit warmer after a quiet start. And a good trade for Ness. So, I guess all things said and done, and throughout how that game was kind of shaken down, how it was looking from the start, 8-4 isn't the worst scoreline it could have been.
Instantaneous ability to lock down and reliability of that lockdown. But hey, last time it was Juliano getting the 3K on the pistol. They're going to let her walk straight into Hookah and try to replicate.
Roxy's in danger.
Oh, no.
Yeah, look at the utility pour towards that. There was so much tailor-made straight towards taking Hookah control off the back of just the boombot going in. Now, already a bit of a trade, though. Klaudia not going to go down without a fight. So Mary's been eliminated. aNNja left on an island and somewhat isolated, leaving it towards Smurfette and Ness. Ness clutching up and Smurfette with the headhunter. That's actually a pretty deadly combo. But Mimi's progress ender is ridiculous.
Ness, is she ready for it? She gets the timing, the shot's not quite there, she runs out of bullets! Mimi gets the kill. I thought Ness's position from Showers was going to lock that round up potentially, even at the numbers disadvantage. But now it's just Smurfette was good earlier. Now there's just so many angles you have to work through. Know someone's in U-Haul, know someone showers and default, and there's just not enough bullets left in the gun. Glance is going to take that G2, take another pistol round.
From getting to 10, and then, you know, the scoreline feels so much more manageable. And at 9-4, the odds start feeling a little against you. We do have a marshal and a sheriff coming out and about. And let's see if the headhunter found anything. No, doesn't. And Juliano has the start she wants. Lovely entry here. And that B side looking very vulnerable. Flash not going to find where they want because they hadn't gone through the wall just yet. So again, G2 getting away with murder here. Now, yeah, maybe a little bit of danger on the retake from Guild as they will have 4 players. But again, that weaponry ender, it's not good.
Yeah, the one concern is no hookah control. G2, aware of that, just smoked it off. Didn't want to go into any of those close range fights in the anti-eco. So good re-clear from Juliano down long. They may not be prepared for Klaudia to be here, but at this point, with the numbers advantage and the rifles, probably won't end up meaning too much. And Juliano taking the high angle as well. She's out here for hunt. She's out here for blood. She's hunting. That's what I was trying to say. Look, we got spun around just a little bit.
Woo, that could have been dangerous. I'm glad you enunciate real well, and all I'm saying.
Oh no! Oh no!
He's never coming back.
We're just gonna.
The biggest threat with G2 in my mind in this is their attacking side is so confidence-based. It's so mechanically dirty. Juliano instantly going to take the space. aNNja force back tag already, and Juliano well and truly up for the fight. So a lot of threat already generated over towards A. They're going to pull the rotation, and it's all a fake. Now with that contact happening towards long, the Flash not going to find anything. Guild are left guessing. They have no real idea as to where this hit's coming in from.
Yeah, I expect G2 to slow things down now with Juliano retaking some space up short. But that was the showers take I was talking about. The breach concussed from short into showers. Just kind of botched on the movement, I think, from Juliano. Slightly off, but hey, it doesn't matter because abilities in Valorant, they're fragging. Juliano gets another. She has U-Haul control. The A site just taken with 1 player, and the plant is free.
She has such brazen confidence in the way she plays, and you can see why. Again, going further, pushing CT, pressuring Guild, even just walking up on shore like that. Pain shell out towards triple, already took the fight towards shower. Juliano is one of the most confidence-based players I have ever seen, and it works in droves. Now, Smurfette and Klaudia. This could be big. Still a flash in hand for Klaudia. He'll still there as well.
There's a Brimalt on the other side in round 3. How do you win this round? It's just not possible.
You don't, Ender. It was all looking a little bit exciting to me. I was getting my hopes up, and there you were. Brim's got ult. And it was all shattered. It's all shattered. And as is around, and once again, the bonus, it's not meant to be this clean. Because the problem 4.6 on Mimi, they're laughing, and Guild are left in tatters.
Just obscene. Guild forcing into this one, not willing to let G2 get to 12, and they're full stacking onto B nearly. Just the chamber player over towards A, and G2 constantly testing with those lurks. Here's Smurfette teleport back towards heaven. So now instantly, both Juliano and Mimi working up over towards A short. It's a quick rotation as G2 expect the lean over towards B, and Smurfette, without the TP back off cooldown for 15 seconds, is just a sitting duck here. A site's open.
I want to play like Juliano.
I want to duo with someone like Juliano. Like, that would just be the freest elo of all time.
It's nuts. It's so impressive to watch. And again, it's unrelenting aggression, right? So Pain Shell through towards CT, buys time, removes utility. And again, just standing here, posting up on guard. Now with the smokes dissipating, does have to respect it a little bit. And you can see further utility. This is all precious seconds being purchased for G2 in this post plant. So by the time Guild finally have a go at this, it's already late in the day, and they have to get past the bodyguard, which is Juliano, and they do just that. Finally, a little bit of burst. Klaudia, again, finding integral impact in this one. But they've got to get to the spike. The flash is good, but the shot isn't from Mary. But that is where the buck should stop. Again, there's the ult coming in. Klaudia now removed.
Molly.
And the molly. That should hit any second. Actually, it doesn't. What the hell did the... the molly finally came through, and it's 12. G2, I don't envy anyone who has to play against this roster.
If she's looking the wrong way, someone will take a shot, it'll miss, she'll spin 180 and shoot you instantly in the face. It just does not matter. She can do no wrong at the moment. And now on match point, she has showstopper ready if she wants, but Klaudia gets 2. Could be the hero Guild needs to stay alive another round.
And Klaudia is always mechanically dangerous. I never want to undersell you this. Like, do not ever think that she is not a threat. She always is. Now you need someone to complement that. Oh, Juliano just appeared out of the sky. Juliano
she just airdropped in.
Batman's
Medal of Honor
in.
airborne over here.
That is filthy. What? Okay, it's a 3v2 though. Like, this is in Guild's hands, right? They could save themselves. They could maybe deal with this. You got Mary and Mimi. Now, this point, aNNja's on the other side. Trap's still in place, and now doesn't
so smart.
get to reveal. Yeah, this could be a little bit of a problem. I wonder if aNNja's now starting to, it's starting to twig a little here that there's a problem and slipping back towards CT, a little bit more of a passive angle, but because G2 would want to pick. Really well read by aNNja there to consider that perfectly thought through.
And good restraint as well, not over-peaking and taking another fight, just using all the utility she can, not giving Mary any options. Mary has to commit into the plant and escape into U-Haul fast.
Mary. Very little to play with, but the rifle at the side, damage done, but not enough to get the round. And Guild, I guess, stem the bleeding, somewhat hemorrhaging still, but freestanding, it's okay. They can maybe get the rifles here. I think they just bought a couple of seconds so Smurfette can get the upgrade. Yep. So Smurfette now has the rifle. That's where they delayed
To use their ults this round. They can wait for Petra to get hers. They could try and time out, a Brimstone ult in this round. You can do things when you have buffer rounds like this that allow you to save. Unless the round is going to be a sure win off those ults, you do not need to commit those early on and can instead look to just completely overwhelm with 4 huge sight take ults in a round or two. And just play for orbs onto glance here for a couple of rounds to make sure that's a possibility. But I love the forward space Roxy's been able to take it off the timing of the paint shells. Snipes Juliano in the back. Yes, B side is looking a little bit weak. It'll probably rely on Mimi finding a good timing to punish these teleports coming in so quickly, because with 3 players in hookah, you have to shut that down somehow.
And they can't plant. With the pressure coming in this quickly, there is no chance for plant. So Petra rightly backs away from this. And they could potentially double pump it. Yeah, they absolutely could if she decides to take the TP. But Roxy is trying to just change the outcome. Glance dips back in through CT, but Klaudia, same again, just flanks on flanks on flanks. And Klaudia finding 2 critical kills, denying the spike plant, leaving all to Mary in a 1v2. And wait, she's got 30 seconds. Oh, just got burned towards B. She can get a plant out of this, for sure. Left. Oh, the fake. Mary, this is naughtiness here. Doubling back towards B. And if she's confident enough in this read, she's got a free plant and a good post plant. But she obviously doesn't know this, aNNja.
She has almost no idea. And now, she hears the double teleports. Now you know exactly what's happening. And with the fault line, you can concuss and potentially fight back in, or just take a better position down long. With it planted backside, this is not expected.
This is such a good position for Mary as well. She has such a favorable fight on the first, but she will have to let the raise go. Went for the spray, 3 bullets to play within the mag. And aNNja's sending it to at least half. She finally comes off the defuse, but did Mary hear the step? Not enough to not swing, and aNNja just about keeping Guild safe, but you saw the feasibility in that round. You saw the possibility start to really mount. Magnificent manner. You get that really dangerous scalability and combination to all of it. But for G2, knowing G2, playing for ults sounds a bit dull. What I'd like to see is Juliano with a hero rifle just full-on sending it, because it's Juliano. Now, as it stands, though, they're willing to take the fight. They're starting to feel a little braver. They're starting to try and handle Juliano. Who's gonna post it? It's Juliano, so you've got to expect these things. Roxy put herself in the corner, and now Ness is in danger as well. Has to quell that aggression for a moment, because they're coming back over. They're all coming over this way, and this is going to get deadly. Juliano, the hero with the rifle, still standing.
What?
Still gets Smurfette. How did she just get Smurfette there? How?
That is just not legal whatsoever. And actually, this Sky ult is gonna seal Guild's fate almost. Yes, it tells them there are 3 G2 players on A, but it tells G2 that Sky is on B, so there can only be 1 player here. They have a feeling aNNja is over towards Showers. With the showstopper, she can't find the kill. Only a bit of chip damage, and she has to fight for her life out of Showers here, as the 3 players on G2 just group up and make sure they can trade one another. And oh my god,
the death ball
they're
in
just
CT.
going CT.
Claudia, this is all on you. That's the first, needs 2 more here, needs to play her life. Lovely flash! Gons looked so dead to rights there, but still staying alive somehow. The walking wounded. Mary, 6 HP and a dream in this one. They've made it feasible off the back of Juliano's impact. And now aNNja. This is map 1 on the line here.
3 huge things. C4 on breach. Can hit the spike from that elbow position. Concuss as well. Glance has a molly, but Glance is stuck backside, and there's no chance of a trade. Coming through from look at the combo! Look at the combo!
She's accepted her fate. There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. G2, 13-6, the scoreline. Hero rifles with Juliano hit different out here.